Hi, this is Dr. Greg Gillum, CEO of Human Fusion, and this article review comes from August 21st, 2019 issue of Harvard Business Review. It's called Learning is Supposed to Feel Uncomfortable. It's by Peter Bregman. So we've all been in this situation, right, where we are teaching, probably in front of our team, and we describe a situation, and then or describe a topic, and then we demonstrate it, and then we allow other people to do it, right? Pretty solid methodology. Bregman says that there's two different things going on, right? So there's the active learning when that's primarily a cognitive function, so more intellectual, more methodological, so it's sort of left brain activity, and then there's the experience of learning, and that is primarily emotional in nature. Two very different feelings emerge from that. So as a beginner going through a learning process, we can feel very awkward, very inept, very uncoordinated, and it takes a while before we can get to that graceful and coordinated and confident place. And so Bregman offers some advice here. As we're managers, as we're leaders, but we're learning new skills, and of course, that should be every day that we're talking about learning new skills. So first of all, he says just to acknowledge that it's brave to be a beginner. It's brave to start learning a new skill. It takes courage. It takes vulnerability, and to try new things like that and expose your weaknesses is actually, if you really think about it, it's really a strength. We know from Good to Great that Jim Collins uncovered humility was the big finding in Good to Great in all these CEOs that he studied. Number two, look for learning situations where the stakes are low. So low impact learning, low impact as far as the vulnerability goes. So maybe you take courses where you don't know anybody there. So if you mess up, then it's no big deal. Or, you know what, you just own it. You just up front say, hey, I've never done this before, so I'm probably going to look like I don't know what I'm doing, because I don't. Just own it up front, and that typically dissipates all of the issues about your perceptions as a leader or as a manager. And then the third thing here is the one I like the best, and that's to feel everything. Give yourself permission to feel everything, and what he calls emotional courage. So because if you're willing to feel awkward, if you are willing to feel embarrassed, shameful, if you're willing to fail, then you can do anything, because there's no consequence for someone who's willing to fail, and so you become very accustomed to that feeling, and you begin to learn very easily. So make that your MO, make that your modus operandi. So don't stop learning, push yourself, go to workshops, do everything that you can, because learning takes time, but comfort takes experience. And then the last line is what I like most of all. Bregman says it's important to stay in the discomfort of learning long enough to learn. If you like management-related videos like this one, please subscribe to Human Fusion, and we'll keep you up to date on all the latest trends that are affecting management practice today. Thanks.